Well, this how-to, we're still talking to you about friction calls. Last time Corey hit on the box call. Well, this time I'm gonna talk to you about the pot call. The pot call can be made up of several different things. It can be made up of slate, glass, crystal, copper. I've seen pot calls made up of several stuff, and each one of them has different sounds to them when you call on them. The type of pot I got today is a glass call, and I just want to talk to you about how to, run it and a few different types of calls you can make on it. Once you learn how to make these calls, you can make it on any kind of pot call, whether it's slate, glass, or crystal, or whatever. But what you want to do when you get your new call is you want to scratch an area on it. You can take sandpaper or either like a soapstone. They make scratching sticks for it. You just pick out an area that you want to scratch and you scratch it up real good and kind of make either a circle or a square. Then you get your striker and you go to that scratched area and you hold the striker at an angle. You can't hold it straight up because it won't hardly make a noise, but you hold it at an angle and you just run it across that scratched area. You try to find and make a noise. I mean, you can make any noise. Once you get your noise down, then you'll go from there. But once you get your call sanded up and your striker and you're learning to make noise, the basic way to make a Yelp, and that's the bread and butter call that you really want to learn, is I take it at an angle and make C's with it, like a C or a half a moon, and you want to go kind of around in a circle. And this is what it'll sound like once you get to doing it. Well, once you got your Yelp down, the other basic call is your cluck and purrs. And you just find a sweet spot on here, and you get it, and you just want to pop it. Well, last time Corey told you that the box call wasn't the greatest thing to make purrs on, but a pot call, man, you cannot beat the purrs on them. It's one of my favorite things to purr on. And I mean, you just get that striker and you find that sweet spot, like I said a second ago, and you just run it across there. Well, when you hold a striker, I basically hold mine like I'm holding with a writing pencil. I get it in my fingers, I hold it like I'm fixing to write something, then I get it up to the call and I turn that angle, and that's how I start calling. Well, the striker I got here I'm using is just a solid oak one-piece striker, which I really like one-piece strikers, but the thing about strikers is each one of them has a different sound to it. So instead of me getting 4 or 5 different pot calls and throwing in my vest, I usually have a favorite one that I love to run, and I take 4 or 5 different strikers and throw in my vest. And if I want to change it up and I'm calling and he ain't answering one call, I'll liable to grab another striker and it changes up the whole different tune and he liable to answer to it. Well, I pretty much went over every call I can make on the pot call, and when you put them all together and you're in the woods that spring, he ain't gonna be able to stand it. He's gonna have to talk to you and he's probably gonna come.